Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for sharing the most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. As Bitcoin just gets above 21,800, let's break it down. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's break it down. Let's show you some love. Let's bring that music back in. Let's have a blast. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time on a Saturday night. First thing we're going to do, like we always do, same sheboygan. We're going to put the lemon into the water. We're going to put the lemon into the water. First things first, let's take a big sip of the lemon. Second thing, today, we're back with Be Well Honey out of Manquan Street, Pembroke, Mass. Be well, drink honey every single day. And, you know, you got the wooden spoon. I know, there's a whole myth about the wooden spoon. But just so anyone can't say I'm not using the wooden spoon. Sorry. I got a little honeyed away there. You didn't see that last one. Wow, honey. Anyway. My desk becomes a smorgasbord of honey and lemon. And once we throw some vitamin D spray in there. And while I'm thinking about it, some black cumin seed. And then we're going to get into the charts on a Saturday night. But, you know. My God, I'm ready to go. Shout out to everybody here. Let's blast it off. Let's jump into the chat, shall we? Let's get it going. Shout out to everybody here on a Saturday night. Banging on them to the upside. Shout out to everybody. HBAR. Booming. We'll talk about it. We nailed it. Let's break down the HBAR chart. Let's talk about Bitcoin's little move to the upside. Let's talk about how I was, I said sideways or to the downside. I might have been a little off today. Let's throw up what happened with the Crypto Lifer's prediction from this morning. And let's have a blast on this Saturday night. Shout out to every single buddy here. God bless each and every one of you jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer. How is the sound? Everybody making sure the sound is spot on? Is anybody peaking out there? Are we peaking? Are we sounding beautiful? Let me know. It's super important that the sound sounds absolutely amazing. I just want to make sure. Shout out to the super chat. Sounds good. Sounds good. I want it to sound amazing. Like spot on, amazing, the best ever. Sounds fine and good, or I want to hear great, spot on point, crispy. Ooh, okay. Now I got some people. Now I got it. Down on the screen, crispy and clean. I like it. Down on the scene, baby. Down on the scene. Shout out to my man. Amazing. Sounds fair. Sounds fair. See, fair is amazing. Shout out to Type Crypto. You're in the team. You know what to say. Pristine. Okay. Now you this man knows me. 808 bass sound. You know me too. 808, man. See? These are the lifers. They just know me. You speak 808 bass. I used to play with Fruity Loops when I was a kid. Man, all the beats I made some beats in my day. The music, you want the music louder? Turn the mic down a notch or two. Yikes. He's funny, man. Oh, man. Let's break it down. Let's jump into Bitcoin. So, this morning, we had this down. We had this ascending triangle for BTC. This is what we looked at. They said it was either going to break to the upside to about 22,120 or break to the downside at 21,360. I said it was most likely we go sideways or to the downside. Why was that? Well, the 1 hour has been cooked for such a long time. But thank God it finally reset to the downside today. And it did it very quickly without a move. See, I went to see my aunt today. And I took her for a walk. And I took her to lunch. And she's 80 years old. She's doing amazing she's not your average 80-year-old. She is up and around. She is like the youngest 80-year-old I've ever met. Like, she's going to 100. She looks to have at least 20 years left in her. So that's good for me. I come from the same line of genes. I'm super happy to my dad's sister. But it was great, just reconnecting with family. And I didn't see this happen. Otherwise, I would have been like, everybody, we reset and we're still on the line. That's a bullish sign. Whenever you go down and make a curvature on the bottom of the stochastics, but you don't make a lot of move bearishly, and you make a higher low, it's a good sign. See, stochastics always go up and down. Price, but every once in a while, price does not follow it. And that's when you're like, huh. For instance, we went down pretty fast here, but look, we only went down a little bit sideways and we kept the trend. We kept the trend alive. What I'm seeing now, though, is an ascending triangle. And you can see the 1 hour wants to come back down here on this Saturday night to the downside. So it's looking like a little fake out breakdown, like we're coming back down. The whole thing is, do we respect this trend line? And even if we do this and we stay tight, there's a chance we still break to the downside. All right? 4 hour time frame looks pretty nice to me, but it is also getting extended. What I don't like is that we're below the 200 SMA. All right? What I don't like is we're below the 200 SMA. And to me, that makes me want to hold back. I was this close. I was about to buy an entire Bitcoin or a big chunk of Bitcoin. No, I really was. But I may be rethinking the situation just for now. I want to make sure that because the 1 hour looks to come down anyway. And it looks like my price will be a little lower. However, I was thinking of a long-term buy. A pretty big one too. To see kind of where we're standing. We'll take a look at the big picture one more time and I'm reassess the situation. We are far away from that 200. Usually you kind of eventually pump back to the 200 SMA. 4 hour time frame. This is what I don't like. Usually, 9 out of 10 times, if you open up a short right now, it's likely to pay off pretty nicely. You hold it and you just keep the stop loss on the other side, somewhere up in here, on the other side of the 200 SMA. Again, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you these. I'm just going over, and we can back test it together. Like, we're just playing with the charts together. But, like, here, like, a couple candles closed. You were kind of right here. Like, you dump. You were coming back up. This is the similar place where we're at here. You're coming back up, and you got a nice short to the downside, below the 200 SMA. Here, the same thing happened. You got below, sideways. You got a nice dump to the downside. Below the 200 SMA. Here, you got sideways, and then you got a dump. 3 times in a row had you done this. 1, there 2, there about 3. And each time you had like 7 or 8 candles. That one you only had 2 or 3, but they're 4 hours. That's 12 hours. All right. Here, this one was massive. Couple candles. The thing is, sometimes it's massive. So I figure it's just like an easy way to always take easy money. So like the second it does it, you just open up a short. You put a stop loss above here, and you just see if you can take the easy money. You see what I'm saying? Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. And sometimes it comes back up a little bit. But usually when it does that too, it battles with the area. You don't get a huge pump. So here again, so like every time it made money on the short. Just showing you. Doesn't mean because every time it did before, it's going to do it here. But it makes me wonder if there's some lower lows coming. What cautioned me, when the 4 hours low, it made me want to get in. Because I was like, we got a low 4 hour, we got a low 1 hour. And that's when today I was like, man, I would like to get into Bitcoin because that was a nice entry there. It pumped up so fast and it's already kind of curving back down. And this could put pressure on the 4 hour time frame and start to bend us down a little bit here too as well. So when I take full inventory of the information, like this could be just slowly starting to bend down and we could just say senorita, right? We're still in the middle of the gap. We're holding this little chunk, but I feel like we could revisit this node. 21K at least. Come back down into this chunk. But I mean, it is previous resistance, becomes new support. So far, so good. We have been holding a nice support here at 21,500. And honestly, when Bitcoin goes to 100K or some crazy levels, we're not going to remember this time so much. You know what I mean? But, so let's break down what I see happening tonight into tomorrow. All right. So we got this push up. To me, kind of a crazy short squeeze, liquidity grab. May just be kind of, I don't like being below the 200 SMA on the 4 hour time frame. We get back above this. We close the candle above this. I'll feel so much better. But until we do, I remain bearish. Now I flipped bearish because This is just how I trade. I trade with this 200 SMA, and the first thing that happens is you get below it. Then things can go sour and go south. Every bear market started with us going below the 200 SMA. So as a trader, what you do is first you learn these things and you don't listen to them. Then you learn them and you listen to them sometimes. Then you become an old man like me and you listen to them every time. Now, you know not every time they're going to happen, but you know that they happen when that's when they do happen. So you have to heed it, and you have to be, you just have to be in complete consciousness of this possibly happening. Shout out to the likes. Can I get the likes up to the 400 beautiful people watching the live? Everyone, the more likes we hit, the better it is. I know it's Saturday night on a Super Bowl weekend. I know people aren't that into crypto tonight. All right, we're not the trendiest thing in the world. Let's get it trending, though. You hit that like button, you pump your bags, you get it moving. Let's get it going. It does look like a Wyckoff accumulation. A Wyke. Oh my God, I could type with this gaming keyboard. Wow. Wyckoff pattern. A higher low pattern. We got you. We know what you were saying. Let's pay the man. Smash that like. Daily close was a bullish engulfing. We'll take a look at the daily close. I appreciate you for saying that. All right. So I want us to get back above the 200 SMA to feel comfy and wumpy. All right. I don't feel comfy wumpy right now. I feel a little stranded. The 2-hour overbought needs to cool off at least somewhat. All right. 22-hour curving up wants to punch. Has first of all had two good candles in a row, has defended this area nicely and has momentum to the upside. The daily time frame. So we close bullish engulfing, as my man have said. Beautiful bullish engulfing candle. Let's take a look at the daily candle here. It opened at $21,625.19. The high was $21,906. Almost got to 22K. The low is $21,599.78, and the candle would close all the way up here at a beautiful $21,862.55. It would go up $236.36 today alone. That would be 1.1% of Bitcoin's entire net worth in one day. All right. I mean, it's possible Wyckoff accumulation. Here, up, down. But I mean, everyone I stand away. Wyckoff accumulation happens long term. Different ideas. This could be a bear rally to the upside to get people excited. I believe there's going to have to be some type of low here at one point. The 3-day chart, the 4-day chart, the 5-day chart, the 8-day chart, the 10-day chart. The cookie crumbles. Somebody is coming to roast here. Look at the 10-day here. Dump. Look at the 10-day here. Dump. Look at the 10-day dump. 10-day here coming for you. Now, it's only had like one or two major dump easies. But when the 10-day comes high, I mean, Now, has the 10-day ever pumped when we've been high? Right here, we started to make a huge move. This is what we could be saving us, is the anomaly. See, I'm preying on the anomaly. You know what I mean? Not preying on it, but this is kind of what has to happen here. The 10-day will start to make a move down, and we are going to come down. Look, this was Bitcoin from 12,000 all the way back to about 9. It did go down, look, 25%, because it lost $3,000 on $12,000. So could we lose another 25% from Bitcoin? Do we go back down to about 17K? I guess 21,000, right? 20,000 would be about 5,000. So that would be 15. So it would be about 16,000 again. Do we revisit the lows? Are you prepared for a giant double bottom here? Will we revisit this point of control where we lose it all in a major dump to the downside? Could you handle it? Are you ready for this? Do you have enough dry powder for BTC? Could you handle this dump to the downside? Who here could handle a dump to the downside back to 16K? Let's put this back out on Twitter. Shout out to everybody following me on Twitter. May God bless each and every one of you who come to this stream and support the lifer every single day. We're moving strong. 10,008 on the twit. Could you handle if Bitcoin revisits 16K? Could you handle if Bitcoin revisits 16K in a giant double bottom trading view? Come talk it out. On YouTube. Saturday nights. Got me so fine. Give me butterfly. Egyptian Cotton. Hamburg remix. I need no words though. That's a good one. Could you handle it? Could you handle... Oh, look. You got to edit these tweets. Edit it. Could you handle it if Bitcoin revisits 16K in a giant double bottom? Come talk it out live now on YouTube. Boom. Jimmy Carter, NORAD, another UFO. Dude, this is getting crazy. Shooting down UFOs. Seriously. Insanity. Can't have these words. Dang, I didn't mind the action. Can't have the words though. Okay, so here's our 10-day. Our 10-day looks absolutely horrible, but we could have an anomaly where we just get a slight little pullback to this resistance area, you know? So, hold up. Let's go to BTC USD Coinbase on the 10-day chart. Let's take a look-see. Major support at these two candle crossings, a little bit, and more stronger support here. Also, you've kind of gone through the gap. You got a major area to kind of supply you with buys and sells. I'd be shocked to see us chew through this. I've seen it happen. But, I'd be shocked to see us chew through this. So, again, 10-day is exhausted. We have good momentum. But again, like I've shown you, there's a chance like this time here that even though we're high and we revisit, but that still was a 25% pullback for Bitcoin, mind you. Well, let's see what we've already done from the highs. All right, because that would include the high. I forgot. So already down 10, we'd have to go down another about 20, 25. Wouldn't be too bad. 19,000. All right. So, and it may only be 20%. Right. So we could revisit this low of the 10-day, not lose it all, as we saw here prior till this area here. This loss down the same 19.48%. So, look there, I got two 19s there kind of scheduling in. Gives us a 20,500 area. Not too shabby. So this 10-day could even give us a whole put back. And we could still somehow make it out alive here to a move. What I really like is this. 10-day weekly, pretty close to me. 4-day difference really, right? But take the weekly. Now you're getting pretty high on the RSI, but you still have this gigantic bullish divergence, and it's just very rare to have. Now it could be negated, but for this to make another low, I would be very surprised. Just traditionally trading assets around the world, back testing this for years on many different assets, it's just highly unlikely a weekly bullish divergence will take out that low. That low is just highly unlikely to get taken out at this point. You can see, interesting enough, that if you go to the weekly, right, and you zoom in here to this area, and you can see our first high at 19.45, you can see our second high at 16.281, our second support zone, right? But that high there, or a low after the high, and you can see how we beautifully, absolutely, amazingly have touched the zone and bounced from it unbelievably well, as if we have, So, if we do lose the zone, we could definitely see an $11,000, $800, $11,800, or $12,000 Bitcoin. this was why when we were here, everybody was like, whoa, because if we had lost, and they almost, they did peak us down. And it got to the feeling like we were just going to gap through and head down to 12K. There was just nothing stopping us from doing that. But some big buys stepped in here. And to get here, it took SBF and a lot of things to absolutely collapse. All right? But I don't know if you watched BitBoy's video recently or you were seeing what he was talking about. But it does make sense. They may be trying to smuggle out BUSD. They may be trying to put a pillow on BUSD, you know what I mean? And Circle and USDC. And they even might try to make a stranglehold on Tether. So it's interesting. There is a hold going on these coins. There's something going on here. And, you know, it's going to be a battle of the stable coin. A battle of the stable coin approaching us. And we will see. Only time will tell who will win this insane battle. So, weekly also showing signs of a pullback. There's been another time here where the weekly has pulled back. It was right here. And it's kind of strange because we would pump up. It looks a little bit like what we had too. We have this uptrend going on. We hit a high, we come back, we don't go over this high. So, they're not too similar, but like, you know, you have this downtrend, you come up from it, you hit a high, you make this what feels like a flag, but then fall down, you know, make the high, feels like a flag, fall down. Even though the weekly stochastics go from top to bottom here, we really only have one giant red week here that we would go down about 12%, right? This candle's already down about 4.9. The week has about 22 hours and 23 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Only time will tell. So here's the deal. We have strong weekly support at 21,800. All right. Which we're at weekly support right now as we speak. See this? We're there. This is it. This is what strong weekly support it looks like. This is it. We're there. Okay. So support of resistance has some support, but then our next area where we would likely revisit is 20,900, 21K. All right. And we lose that area. We're dropping down to this spoke here at 20,001. We lose this area. We're coming down to 18.8, 19.1, and then, you know, it's the 16,800 area. Like it's, so it's just, we kind of see what's happening here. Do we continue to free fall to the downside? That is the question. What I know as a trader is whatever we do, price action does have to come and touch the 21-day moving average. So it does look like we'd have a little more pain here. We could get drained down for a few more weeks till we can get this touch. Once we get this touch, we could call this a flag. We could hold this weekly support with that, all that happening at 20,800. And boom, we could get a big move to the upside here. So this looks good to me. You know, we also want to see if this 50-day moving average can bounce away from the 200. We don't want to see a direct hit. I mean, that would be a direct death cross. They're not, I mean, usually they are latent, like you dump and then they get the cross. So it's not the worst thing in the world. But I mean, it does have to be heated. We do have to pay attention. And I've never seen a death cross on the weekly for Bitcoin. So it's rare too. You know, we almost got back above the 200 SMA, and now we're getting rejected too. Something that does happen. You know, so that's also very interesting. We're still below the 200 SMA. To me, we got to get back above that. On, you know, now the daily. The daily's still holding well above its 200 SMA. Very, very bullish sign. We want to see that ensues. We don't want to lose that level. Okay, if you're new to trading and you don't understand, this is super important. Now, we just had a golden cross. It does suggest, you know, here's the bullish scenario. So I'm getting mixed signals because I'm getting like weekly and some big time frames that tell me a huge dump is coming. Yet I've showed you the anomaly. So there's a way we squeak through with minimal loss and still somehow maintain. All right? And then we got swing up to swing up. And we got swing down to swing down here. All right? And it's a hidden bullish divergence, no matter how I really try to play it. Okay? Which tells me that the trend should break back to the upside. And we got daily oversold stochastic. I got falling volume with falling price inside what looks to me to be a channeled flag here. So Wouldn't be surprised if we got some type of push up. Rejection. We fill out this flag here. Retest the lows of 21,000. Maybe even wick down to this last little support zone there. And still make our way out of here in a bit of a cup and handle style. Okay? With a massive move, and that low would be about 20,009, which isn't that far from where we're at. So that kind of brings me to where I'm at here. Okay? And what I'm looking at today. And so I believe it's going to behoove me. All right? It's going to behoove me to... I'm going to make one call right now. I'm not making the big call, but I'm going to make a small call. I'm going to grab $5,530 worth of Bitcoin right now. I'm going to buy 0.25 worth of it, and I'm going to tell you why. If this thing goes down to 10,000, I'm down $2,500. Believe you me, I can handle being down $2,500 better than anyone I know, so I'll be okay. No problem there. No sweat off my back. Matter of fact, I'll be more happy that I own 0.25 Bitcoin. So here we go at 21,800. Sammy Bohami. It's at 816. I'm going to make an 820 order. Or, 2020 right there. Well, let's just see. We got 816. 21,783. We got asks. We got buys. I'll easily get filled at that 22 area. I'm not going to be picky about a few bucks. You got 811. $806. It's 816. I'm going to do 818. I'm still a miser. An economizer. So look, 21,818. We're going to buy us some BTC. Buy order created. Open order. Boom. Hold on. Let me just double check everything went through. Executed. Oh. Not all of it got bought, though, for whatever reason. Let's go back to the... Only 500 got bought. I don't know why we didn't get the whole order filled up. Oh, that's why when we went back, it goes back. Boom. Partially filled, executed. We're in there for 0.25 Bitcoin, baby. Add some more Bitcoin to the stash. Yes! Yes! Sorry, I just get really happy when I buy some Bitcoin. Bang, bang, bang. Well, the reason is because I got another order here of 15,000 for 0.71, and I'm waiting for the lower order. And that's when I will go even harder and even more. And I'll make that buy, I hope, again here live. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Boom, boom, boom. Why not wait till 3 to 10 days come lower? We have to put in a lower high. Seems like a better time to buy. Just going to wait it out. I picked up ETH yesterday. Buy more Bitcoin for his presidential campaign in about 10 years. So that's just been done. And then the thing about it is I don't care the price of Bitcoin. I just trade that BTC pair and make sure it grows. That's all. And I can use that $5,000 to trade Bitcoin now too. So it just adds more Bitcoin to my BTC stash. See, my mind's set on the amount of Bitcoin, not the price of it. I don't really care the price of Bitcoin. I just want more Bitcoin. If that makes any sense to you. You know what I mean? Honestly, every time you allocate to BTC, you could buy. I could go on vacation. There's so many things you could do with $5,000. So many things that so many people would do with $5,000. I want to buy BTC with it. I just want to buy more Bitcoin, add it to the stash it up. You know what I mean? So this hidden bullish divergence is the only thing that keeps me wanting to just go all in right now. Some days I'm thinking, dang, man, you might miss out. You know how hidden bullish divergence does, and this thing's here, and you're just like, why didn't I put it all in? And I'm going to have to limp it at 25. You never know. But it could dump all the way down, and I would love to have that 15K for 17,000 and buy dang near a whole BTC here. So, that's why it's 5K, 5K, or 5K, 5K, another big bad day, 5K, right? Now, it would have been better on the heavy fear. It's not heavy fear, okay? That's the only thing about it is it's not heavy fear, all right? And usually you want to buy, for me personally, only in heavy fear, all right? But there's some FOMO in the air, and there's some levels of support that are holding for Bitcoin. So there you have it. All right, let's take a look at the smaller time frames for Bitcoin and just take a look at what we're seeing now. In my mind, we're at a bit of a resistance. We've wicked here, we've wicked there, we've wicked here. We came back above. So we're at what's called a resistance for Bitcoin, all right? A heavy resistance. None of my coworkers understand crypto, and I can never talk to anyone about it. That's why you got to join the group and jump on in with us. Just 0.25 Bitcoin paper trading to be on the same page. Hey, that's cool. I'm with you. That feels good. Shout out to all the Blue Crew and the livers. Shout out to CNC Ireland, DK, Type Crypto, and everybody here on the live. Stack McChange, Gina Bombina, and everybody kicking it with me. Shout out to Toby. Shout out to everybody here. Thank you for jumping on in, all of the Blue Crew. We love each and every one of you. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to the 556 people on the live, 271 people on the likes. Can I get the likes up to the watches? I just bought dang near 0.25 BTC live, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right. One last thing that we could be doing, just, I'm brainstorming always. Could we be making some type of bull pennant here? Or even an ascending triangle? Something of this nature. We don't know exactly. That could just balloon us to about 27,000. Also, this gap in the VRVP here. This big gap here that brings us to 30 to 29,000 so fast. It's just got me, salivating a little bit too. It's got me salivating and just thinking, ooh, we just get above some levels. I mean, now we got a whole slew of liquidity. That's going to take some time, but this isn't. That's a gap, baby. So it's another thing that's calling my name, but you never know. And this RSI low and this stochastic speed to the ground on the daily. So the bigger time frames and this hidden bullish divergence. I'm telling you, if you've ever been with me or watched anything or just done it yourself or backtested hidden bullish divergence, it'll blow your mind. It's got so much to it. It's insane. Hidden bullish divergence. And we got this golden cross. We got lack of bullish momentum. We got falling volume with falling price. Represents a reversal. Looks like we're losing some sellers here. I mean, there's some signals to me of a possible reversal for Bitcoin here. Traditionally, that I've seen on many other assets that has played out. Again, we do not know, though. Nobody knows. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. That's why I didn't unload all $20,000 worth of my money, as you can see. I only put down $5,500, and maybe it should even have been $2,200. We'll go from here, one at a time. But that's Bitcoin Stash It, baby. At one point, there's always allocation for Bitcoin Stash. We're going to have fun with the altcoins in a second. We're going to leave Bitcoin alone, I promise, at one point. I promise. We're going to take a look at what's happening tonight and what's popping. Latentry getting a little bit of a move. We talked about that last night. We'll take a look at that. That's exciting. High OD getting a little bit of a move here. Sand 3S actually kind of VRA up 4%. We'll take a look at Covalent. Oh, we got a lot. Ooh, the alts just get me excited. I just start looking at the names. MITX, which Sean's been all over. Kind of want to trade that now, Sean. The way you've been flipping it. Nord looking good to me. We'll take a look. There's a lot on my radar tonight. There's a lot to break down. We're going to talk about it. Some high coins look pretty good to me too as well. If you want to kick it with me tonight, I'm going to make it worth your while. We're going to look at some charts. Doesn't mean I'm going to hit every single one of them, but I'm going to hit as many as I can. We're going to look at so many different things. We're going to have an absolute blast. Thank you so much for kicking it with me tonight. Let's have a big sip of the water. Stay hydrated as we're doing damage. I have to program a button. Doing damage. Now that's a lot of damage. I used to have that from some movie. I don't know what I think it might have been Reservoir Dogs or something. It feels good to be alive. Thank you for each and every one of you for jumping on in. It feels good to be alive. I'll probably go late tomorrow night. Gonna watch the Super Bowl. There will be people at my house. It just is what it is. hanging out possibly. So I'll be late tomorrow after the Super Bowl. I always go on live at the end of the Super Bowl, like 10:30. So I do push the candle close to the end. I'm sorry about that. But it's the most watched thing in the world. I'm not going to sit there and try to battle it. All right? It is what it is. I'm going to jump on when the Super Bowl ends about 10:30 tomorrow night. So just know, it's the one night that they push me out of my slot. But it's okay. It's okay. What do you guys think? Should I stream during the Super Bowl or should I stream at the end of the Super Bowl? Let's put a poll out here. Let's put a poll out. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Okay. Should I stream? I know my lifers are going to be like, stream right through the Super Bowl. Blah. I know you guys. Should I stream during the Super Bowl? Or after, like last year? At like what? 10 p.m. ish. Should I stream during the Super Bowl? No. We'll just put after, yeah. Do you, my man? Do you, bros? Do you? Ask your community. Okay. Here we go. So, should I stream during the Super Bowl or after at 10 p.m.-ish? Let's see what you all say. During, 67%. Wow, flying high. This thing is ripping. Look at the way the poll goes. That's pretty crazy. I don't see anything else on the poll. We'll get back to it in a second, I guess. Can we pin the poll? No. I'll end the poll towards the end of the stream. Okay. Can you check SKL? You won't have viewers if during the game. Crypto is more important than football. Kobe would do it during the game. I say both. You do it in the color commentary for us and then do the charts during halftime and then after. Sam, I think you deserve to do what you want to do. Shout out to Joshua Chelowick. Thank you. Buy Bitcoin at this level or lower. If it pumps and stalls at 23, put in a stable coin. Wait for a dump. Take out the stable coin. Add if bags. If it dumps lower, rinse, repeat. Buy Bitcoin at this level or lower. If it pumps still. You're funny. Shout out to Wisdom giving. I don't know what he's doing, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just reading his thing. Much love to you, Sam. You are the GOAT. Never doubt that. You keep us alive. Shout out to the PS5, future of gaming. Thank you for the love, man. Thank you for reminding me that I am the GOAT. I appreciate you for doing that. I don't know if I am the GOAT, but I appreciate you reminding me that I am the GOAT. You're the man, dude. God bless you for your love. I don't want people to think my head's getting too big. It's big enough, right? I got to shrink it down. You know what I mean? No, I appreciate each and every one of you. Enjoy the game, fam. Stream after. DK says, you have people that still haven't smashed that like on the live. Do you, bro? We'll watch regardless, said Nate Anderson. Do you? I go with the flow. Feel the energy of the day in spirit. Will tell you, Stack, man, I love what you just said. God bless you, Stack. Shout out to Type Crow. I would rather watch Crypto Lifer than the halftime show. Yeah, I won't be watching that halftime show. Super Bowl, good excuse to drink Kool-Aid. Yeah, drink the Kool-Aid that you see during the game. Whatever makes you happy, Lifer. Shout out to Sean. Football is trash. Okay, I can't disagree with that. I can't agree or disagree. I'll leave that open to discussion. So, you kind of see what I'm looking at for Bitcoin here. These are my ideas. All right? Doesn't mean they're going to happen, and we could dump even lower, and I'm ready for it. As you can see, I didn't put my whole stash down because you never know. We could go lower. I want some dry powder on the sidelines just in case for BTC. But at least I got my feet wet a little bit here and began to add to my stashies. All right? Let's take a look at what we see for Bitcoin now. We got the daily kind of figured out. We see that we had a resistance area because we've wicked to it a few times. Couldn't get above it, right? You can actually say we bounced off of it right there, and we're in the wick zone. I like that a little more. Next resistance is really further up. We're kind of sitting on support right now, in my humble opinion, too. And you are supposed to nibble at support. So in my humble opinion, I'm doing my support and resistance thing. The indicators aren't in my favor 100%. The 1 hour looks like we're going to dump hard. So let's break it down. The guy who just bought Bitcoin is telling you we might go to the downside here. Let's take a look. Well, it seems to me that we're in a channel like so. We fell out, got back inside, and we're hanging out. Bit of a double bottom. What I like is there's this strong bullish divergence. Swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. That should be our low. We made a higher low at that bottom figure. So even if we come back down on the Stokes here, it's telling me that we should hang out above 21,005. So this bullish divergence of the 1 hour is also a reason that's giving me a feeling to long a little bit. And it's got, what it has is it has complex inverted head and shoulder vibes. Actually, let me click out of this for a second. I use this tool because this tool, you need one, you need like 2, 3, you got the head, you got 4, you got 5. We might make, and what it is, it's called a complex inverted head and shoulder. It's just got a lot of just movement to it. It's got a lot of little shoulders with the head. And this is this is a known pattern. It's a bit, it's a bit interesting, but it is. We could be making what's like a bit of a mini complex inverted head and shoulder here. Just one idea. Not guaranteeing it. I'm just showing you things that my mind is making up. That's what I do here. I share with you my creativity, what I see, creativity, and I don't hold back. We're also making a bit of a bowl. Someone I saw made something interesting to me, and I'm open to it. This is interesting. See, when you go to the left, it's an uptrending bull. Somewhat of a inverted cup and handle that could dump us to the downside here. Shout out to Spragiatojas. I don't know if I always say your name wrong, but God bless you. I love you. You know that. I buy 40 worth of crypto every day. $20 worth of Bitcoin, 20 ETH, $10 of an alt. Smart man. Do whatever makes you happy, though. I can't tell you what to do. I think that's a smart idea. I would do that, but I don't know. I can't tell anyone what to do. I took a fractal for the beginning of our run and flipped it pretty close, in my opinion. Do some color play-by-play announcing. Everyone wants my color play-by-plays. They want the color plays. So, look, this could be a move here down to 21,338, just on an inverted cup and handle pretty narrowly, right? You can frame that. Keep that in your back pocket. So here, this is what we're doing right here. We're in this somewhat of a bear flag with a nasty pull to the downside. Okay. Nasty pull to the downside, and it looks like we're coming lower. So this is what I see for Bitcoin. All right. At the end of the day, this is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break to the downside 68% of the time. They go to where they began, which would be this, at least to the base of this swing triangle, or maybe to the bottom here too. 1 hour suggests that we do go lower right now. 1 hour suggests that we do go lower. You have to remember, when I buy Bitcoin, it's for a long-term hold. That's a 4 or 5, maybe even a 10-year hold. That thing will not see the light of day. It'll get stashed in a hardware wallet and it will disappear. Those Satoshis will be off of the exchange and safely stored in a sweet little spot in an unknown location. So just remember that. Okay. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So look, I see the 1 hour breaking us to the downside here. Can we hold this local level because of lack of volume? There's just chance because it's a weekend. 21,766. Can 21,800 hold? Let's take a look at our smaller time frames. Interesting enough, we've seen these Hail Marys in smaller time frames. 15 minutes in a flag. Can the 15-minute change the sauce with the golden cross that it's about to have right here with the 50 crossing the 200? Can it break out with this cup and handle, ascending cup and handy? Some people call this a scallop. Bit of a cup and handle to the upside with a measured move to 22K. So we watched this tonight. Oversold 15-minute could reverse the pattern. And then we'll see what happens to the 1 hour time frame. So this, for the next couple of hours, I would watch this wacky pattern that I just drew for you. You never know. Let me show you something insane. Let's double click this. Now, because this will change, I think, the way anyone who, you might spit your water out after you end of this. So just get ready. And again, the photographic memory I have kicks in. I have pattern recognition from when I did this the other night. Let's take a look. So let's take a look. This looks good to me too. On a bigger time frame, 1 hour needs to probably cool off. Might come back down to the pattern, but they're all on a similar pattern. So now we're looking at this, but the other night I looked at this, right? It's a true story. And I'm sitting here like this, and I'm like, oh, we're in a rising wedge with a cup and handle. And I'm like, this thing's going to make a move. the length of that cup and handle bang to the upside, right? And then I noticed, I mean, that's a strong support. That's a support. And I looked at the 4-hour time frame. Once it came down a little bit, was going to blast. 22, I believe, looked really good to me. Yeah, it was pushing. See that? So it had the bells and whistles for a movie to blast and make some gainos. And you can see what happened. I mean, it blasted to the upside, almost hit that target. Beautiful move. So what the point of this whole story is, yes, this could be a cup and handle that could blast to the upside. And you don't have to prove it. And honestly, if you have a system that works, you don't have to prove it to anybody. Like, if other people don't see this as a cup and handle, it doesn't matter to you or them. You know? I've said this before on my channel a few times. It's an older thing I used to revisit. I haven't said it in a long time, but it's like an older idea that we used to visit. Sammy cup and hattie to the upside. Yes! Yes! Sorry. I get excited. So, I mean, 56% gains came. I like what I'm seeing here. And so then I delete everything and I look again. I want to see what I see again. I mean, possible kind of another one going there, but I see this line, I see this trend line, and I see us getting tight in a trend line, right? It's going to make a decision soon. So what I like about it is I'm either going to get stopped out or I'm going to get paid, right? Something's going to happen. Possible shoulder, kind of a head and a shoulder brewing. I could see that. This is a shoulder, head, and a shoulder that dumped on you. And this is beautiful. I mean, I learned from just watching charts. Like, look at this. And you want to train yourself. Like, you want to see, like, did I see what the lifer saw? Or, you know. And then you want to be like, well, what was the measured move of this? You can zoom into these patterns, take a look at them, begin to break them down. You know, that's where we should have went. We didn't go all the way to that measured move. We dumped to the downside, though, for sure, once we broke the neckline of that head and shoulder. Anyway, I digress. But so now I'm looking at this tight moving averages. 1 hour seems to be wanting to move. 15-minute in our favor. Bitcoin could be getting some power on that 15-minute time frame. We're not sure at all. We'll get BOOKMAP up and running for you. We have it up and running. I've been running it for hours. We got some long squeezes here during the live. 22,000, not a lot. Flat liquidity. You can see it's dripping. Usually this thing is flying, right? It's like moving really fast. It's like, right? And you can eventually, it kind of like, it winds down. And you can feel it. Like on a Saturday night, this thing is like, it's like, you know, and like there's orders and it just, you know, there's a motor to it. And then tonight it just, you know, I mean, it's moving. I can make it move. But the point is you can see it just like drip, 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 drip. It's called liquidity for a reason. And you can see the liquidity drip out when you're watching this stuff. You know what I mean? Boom. So 21,790 for BTC here. And we got to get to 22,000. We got to get to 23K here. This is what we're looking at. And there's just no orders around. We see nothing. The closest thing we see is 20,000, 21,005. A little bit up here. Says we might get a sell wall at 22K. But pretty much says most of the night we look pretty flat. Right? For BOOKMAP just showing us most of the night's pretty flat. Maybe a move to the upside. That's all we got now. And a pretty big buy wall down here beginning to build about 1,000 Bitcoins at 21,500 area. All right. I also buy the Bitcoin to show everybody that I put my money where my mouth is. I'm not this guy that says, oh, let's go, you know, I love crypto, blah, blah, blah. And like you never see me put my money down. That's my real money. That's me buying real Bitcoin, you know. And honestly, I feel blessed right now to own another 0.25 Bitcoin. Like I know my future, that's going to be a good thing for me in the future to own that BTC. I'm like, I'm doing a smart thing, responsible, you know, family guy thing for my family, you know, investing. I'm not going on some golf trip with my buddies for $5,000. I'm not going to Vegas and seeing what I can do for a couple grand for fun. You know, putting my hard-earned money back into cryptocurrency, back where it needs to go during the bear market. You see what I'm saying? Beginning to build, continuing to build, not beginning, but continuing to build, like beginning to build 2023, right? And beyond, right? HIMAYC may make a big move here. It's getting tight in a channel. It looks beautiful in a bull trend, in a bull pennant, but it could dump on you in any given moment in time. But you know, without me even realizing it, I just go over coins while I'm talking. I'll be on the phone. This happens all the time. Like I'll be on the phone. Sometimes someone's even in the room here because I have a stand-up desk And my buddy will come over and we'll talk in front of the charts. He'll ask me about a few charts. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down. We'll be talking about other stuff. And while we're talking about other stuff, I'm just sitting there just playing around with the charts. 4-hour time frame has movement. The 22 looking all right. The daily looking beautiful. This thing to me has possible legs. And it's new on the scene comparably, right? It's been going up and up and up and up. It's in an insane uptrend. If it can carry that uptrend up, it would be amazing. This is pretty cool. You got swing up to swing up. You got swing down to swing down. A hidden bullish, which you should break this high. So that kind of rides the high of this idea. High MAYC on the radar for the night. High MAYC on the radar for the night. So the 1 hour is oversold. 4 hour in a good position. And I've still seen a dump when everything's good, so you never know. But this is just the best you can do with probability. 22 hour pushing up, right? Daily oversold. You got a lot going on for this puppy. High MAYC. Oasis Network, huge move. Buy now. Interesting. I don't like people doing that. I'm sorry. We got to put you on timeout. It's kind of a shill moment. I just want you to know we don't like that type of stuff on the channel. We really, 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 really want to stop that type of behavior. Thank you. Saturday crypto party. AGIX update. Send in a super chat for TA and deep dives. Let us know if you want us to do TA or deep dive on any coin. Let us know, and we will do it for you. We'll break it down, for educational and entertainment purposes only, complete entertainment. But you'll watch me just squiggle lines on a chart and look at what I'm looking at. So, yeah, this is interesting. Also, you could pull a Fibonacci on this just to kind of take a look at it. And you can clearly see that we bounced to the 618. I like that. And we're all in the 0.5. This thing is showing signs of good fib movement. It's healthy. Good support or resistance, ideal. Even this one is a mini one here. I don't want to put too many lines, but yeah, so this looks interesting to me. A 338 on the chart, which means a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. You trade this 10 times. You lose it 7 times. 7 times 15. 7 times 10, 15. 7 times 5, 35. 105%, right? But you win 3 times. 3 times 53, right? 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 3, that's 159%. So 159 minus 105, right, is 54%. You only have to win this trade 3 out of 10 times in order to win 54% of your entire portfolio. A lot of people don't realize that. They don't do the math. Proper risk management will change your life. I will teach you this in my trading school every single week. I have a class too as well. If you want to jump into that, I'm here for you. Every single Tuesday, I teach class from 3 to 5:30. If you want it, I got it. It's $60 if you join the trading group, $100 if you're not in the trading group. I highly suggest jumping into the trading group. Give me 1 month. Give me 1 month. Give me 1 month. And 3 months is $270 if you pay in crypto or you want to do the deal of the bear market. So here, we're still hooking you up. Give me 1 month. If I haven't inspired you, if I haven't pushed you, if I haven't given you my all, if you don't feel unbelievably amazing by the end of the month with me, then go your way. But give me a month. I'm telling you right now, I will change your life. I know I can. I promise you. So many people write me emails and messages every day saying, hey, I am blessed that I met you. I am blessed that I found you online. Thank you for everything. I want to make your life the same way. I want to help you out. Come through just take the class if you want, or come to the live stream. Even if, and this the point is, I do the live stream for people that don't have any money, that have nothing. If you have nothing and no way, I'm here every single day. I will not give up on you. I don't care what you got. I'm here for you every single day. Let's go. Let's go. My kids are sleeping. My wife is pissed now. I'm waking up the baby. But I love each and every one of you, and I don't care. All right? So just know that I am not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere until you understand how to trade. Until you understand the education that I'm breaking down. Until you start picking up what I'm putting down. All right? Kava Lend is hard. Everything Kava has been interesting. Could Kava be in a bullish megaphone? Possibly. Could it get a bounce? There's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. It's got that high volume node. It loses it. It's dropping hard. Some bearish divergence there. I don't know if it's my first pick of the night. Kava. Let's take a look at the super chats. I see some super chats diving on in here. Shout out to Let Me Get That Lifer Secret Sauce on FET. I bought it on Binance yesterday with USD. Thanks for the grind, Lifer. Shout out to Bison9. Jumping into FET USD on Binance. We'll look at the US dollar on Binance. We'll look at the dollar on Binance for Bison9. No, I'm just messing around. Shout out to you, my friend. Let's jump on into Bison 9's idea here for FET. Now FET. Huge pump to the upside. Came back down. Kind of looks like Phantom a lot, right? Huge pump again. Came back down. Now FET was down here at 7 cents, right? The high it ever hit was $1.27. Pretty nice, right? I mean, 10xing to 70 cents. Not amazing, though. People were getting into it even on the low, though, here at 0.007, less than a penny. Like, this is these people got in less than a penny, and then, so it did 100x, you know, some people got in on the low. Then it got down on the lows here again. How low did it really get? Never back down to the under penny lows. Possibly 5 cent lows. I mean, if you can believe it, it's already back. And then it went to a high of 60 cents. It did a 12x already from the lows, right? So if you had the guts to buy in the low, this thing did a 12x pretty fast. Now, it got pushed up with a lot of news, a lot of it pushing, you know, a lot of people pushing on it. And look, the 3 days a little high like the rest of the market. That's why I caution everybody to, you know, nibble a bit here. We could have some more areas to contend with. Like, there's a chance we come back to this level here for FET. Back to 30 cents. All right, a lot of people FOMO'd in at 60, 50. They're down hard now. They heard the narrative. They watched a few videos. They jumped on into AI. That's not what you want to do. When you're hearing the news, when you're getting all this talk, all right, that's not a glitch in my screen. That's actually this little bubble here. But anyway, so look, when you're getting the news, when you're hearing this talk, it's the end of the rally. We were buying FET down here. We were getting into FET at 7 cents. I was putting out FET right in this little square. This was a cup and handle for me. See it? Sammy, cup and handy. If you were in my trading group, you knew about FET down here. You knew about AGIX when it was low. You knew about all these coins way before all this insanity. All right? Now, you're going to do the right thing. You're going to pull a Fibonacci. No matter how bad your emotions are telling you, you have to buy it right now. If you don't, you're going to miss out. It's going to pump so hard. But can you wait for it to come to the 200 SMA or down to this fib area at 26 or 30 cents? Can you? And if it doesn't, can you handle missing out? Do you have what it takes to be a disciplined trader? Only time will tell. The market will find out. It'll either beat it out of you. The market will either take all your money or force you to be disciplined, and you'll stay in the game, and you'll be able to trade with me every single day. And you won't have to go to work, and you'll be kicking it with the lifer. Now, mini fib on the 22 suggests we could get a bounce here. So then there's some mixed signals. You're like, okay, lifer, you said wait for there. What do I do now? It's interesting. You know, I've been using the 3-day for 2.5 years, so it's somewhat of a new chart to me. Can we get the 3-day anomaly? And then we, you know. So, I mean, building a bag isn't the worst thing in the world. This also, to me, has a hidden bullish divergence. So let me back off this. Swing this up. This has a hidden bullish divergence too, which is interesting. And there is a lot of buy pressure on this coin. 6-hour time frame looks absolutely amazing for some type of pump here to the upside. I like, and the hidden bullish divergence is strong here. It's beautiful. I love these settings. You can just name whatever you want, nice and neat. Hidden bullish divvy there. I like what I'm seeing. Possible measured move to the upside. What will we get? All the way to 70 cents. 70 cents to the upside. Seven minute dips. Seven chickmunks on my body. Seven minutes. Nobody wants 8-minute abs. They want 7-minute abs. Seven minutes. Anyway, we caught this hidden bullish the other night. It did get a little pump for most of the AI coins. Now we're kind of filtering out. Shoulder head, possible right shoulder there too. Do we drop lower to the point of control? Great place to put some orders in. So the smart thing is to buy a little bit if you feel the need. You know, I don't know. You don't do it, I guess. Smart thing is to listen to yourself and not listen to anybody else. Smart thing I would do, me personally, is I buy a little bit, because if I feel the need, I buy a little bit. Then I sprinkle orders on the low. 500 down here at 30 cents. 500 down here at 27.7777. The triple sevens. There it is. You knew it was coming. So just areas that I'm looking at. All right. Shout out to Dustin Cava. Shout out to my man, Crispo Sup. Surfer. Love learning in the house. Not going to work and kick it with the lifer every single day, baby. Dang, look at that thing. So FET. Let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame struggling here at that same, and it's similar. It's in that like bear flag Bitcoin's in. You can see and it could struggle to the downside. You see this? But it could also boom out Bull Bennett style. Like it's at a point of control here. Like it's at an area. 4 hours a little overbought too, but it still could get some movement. That hidden bullish is interesting to me. It makes me hidden bullish is the one thing that I'll dive for the catch. You know what I mean? It pushes me to be far more bolder than any other signal in the game because it just played out for me so many different times. Does Fetch 8i get a big move here? It's interesting. Or do we wait for lower prices? That's why when you build a bag, you must be strategic. When I build a bag, I am very strategic. I'm about to show my lifers how I build a bag. It's a skilled way. It takes a lot of emotion. It takes a lot of patience. Like a lot of lack of emotion, really. You have to push out the emotion. You have to have the patience to do it. So even long-term holding isn't easy. People think anything in crypto is not easy. Nothing in crypto is easy. Get easy out of your mind immediately. Tell yourself it's going to take discipline. It's going to take all the focus you've ever had. And if you lose it and you start looking at other things and you can't stay in the game, if you can't maintain mental focus, you will be removed from crypto. It will keep you sharp. It'll keep you spot on. It'll challenge everything you have. It'll push you to your limits. But once you get there, nothing can stop you. Because at that point, you have been challenged to the point of no return. Okay? Trading in general, not even just crypto, trading in general, if you want to master trading, it will take your time. AGIX update. Shout out to HBDefi in the game. God bless you. Let's take a look at that poll. 32% during, 39% after, 29% do you. After is winning here. Thank the heavens, because that's what I want to do, and I also want to make my community happy. So that works out when what I think is good works. Market cipher showing a red dot on the 4-day. That confirmed. All the other time frames, it is dumped. There you go. Fat deep dive was awesome. Thank you. Well, it's not done yet. 15-minute did that little move here. Didn't get us much love, right? A little bit of a bump, but not a lot. Kind of a shoulder, head, and a shoulder there. Double. It's interesting, right? You got a gap of the VRVP. You got resistance at 43. So here's the deal. For the next day or two, or the next, anytime really, I don't know when, but if anytime sooner or soon enough, this breaks above here and we get some type of retest, some type of consolidation above this line at 43 cents. Tells me we could easily gap up to here. Then we could break that node and fall down the hill. And that could be a nice 40 to 54 cent. We could even come up and then trash. But that could be a really nice scalp trade. So I'll be looking for this area. Something to think about. I'll be putting an alert here for me. Alt V came back. Thank the heavens. If I lost it forever, it would have been insane. But Alt V came back. I'm super excited for that. Alt V came back, baby. Back again. These dots are not glitches in my green screen. Sometimes they look like they could be. They had me thinking they were, but they're not. All right. They're just like, I don't know what the heck they are. They're waiting or something. Anyway, so FET. This is what I'll look at for FET. It's in a tight spot. Let's take a look at my VXV idea here. My baby vector space. So I got into vector space. It pumped nicely. Not huge, but it pumped at least. And it's above the buy zone right now. Sitting in the symmetrical triangle. 15-minute wants to do damage. And it's weird. Like, tonight's eerie. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was just a huge pump out of nowhere. It's like there's something going on in the markets. There's that eerie. It's like that movie where, like, everyone's waiting for the guy to jump out of the closet. Does everyone feel that recently? It's like, are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? Bitcoin, just let everybody know everyone is on pins and needles. See, when I buy Bitcoin, I do that to break the ice for myself. When it's just in this tight zone and everything's just tight, I just break down and I buy some BTC. You get it? Because it's like, it helps me ease that tension. All right? And I bought a neutral zone. I mean, hey, I didn't buy in heavy greed. And I should, I bought enough. I bought a lot down here. I really did. So I'm just completing. I'm just putting the icing on the cake here. I baked the cake down here. I'm just putting the sprinkles on the top of the ice cream. I'm just putting on the chocolate sauce. I'm making sure this sundae is ready to go, or I'm ready to bake. This lasagna is ready to get baked. This thing is ready to go. You know what I mean? And when it gets nice and baked up here 2-3 years from now, and it's a giant, beautiful, special sauce of love, I'm going to be all in it, swimming in it, loving it, sucking the juices out of that Bitcoin Satoshi. Sorry, I'm making it real crazy, but you know what I'm saying? I want to be poetic with you here. I want to be a visual. I want you to really see and taste what I'm talking about on a Saturday night. Saturday night is a special night. I feel more like it has to be more entertaining than any other night on the live stream because it's Saturday, right? So I got to give you the special sauce, but it's also Saturday night, all right? So this trade is still open. I'm not going to move it. VXV, it bounced nicely off the hidden bullish that we talked about. Went up for a nice little gainer. I'm personally in this trade, just to make it clear and disclose. I am personally in this trade, VXV. I like what I'm looking at on VXV, all right? And it's why am I talking about VXV? Well, it's just one of the AI coins. It's in the list of AI shenanigans here. So let's take a look here at all the AI coins that I do look at. Covalent, also getting that bump up. But Covalent up since we first brought to you inside this lower channel here. When we first brought Covalent, it was right here. And it took a while. Like, I think people probably gave up on me here. And eventually it had a blast to the upside. And I said, it's Covalent, baby. We just traded GRT recently for a nice gainer. Took a nice move to the upside. GRT. What I'm seeing here is this kind of, see this inverted head and shoulder here? Like, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. I mean, it's got inverted head and shoulder vibes. This has cup and handle feels. So, and we get the blast. 1 hour says, we're kind of in the zone. But we're at high momentum areas. Saturday night, it's just, something's brewing. Something's creeping out here tonight. High risk trades though, they're high risk. Like it's like you can feel it. It's like it's for the degen that wants to get down and dirty, But that's got an inverted head and shoulder. I'm so curious to see what happens to that tonight. Makes me want to buy it just to find out, just to be part of the trade, to see it rip and defy the odds, baby. Get above that point of control. I mean, all you have is that high volume node, and you can easily get to the volume area high. You bounced off of a fib level. I don't like that the head and shoulder is so encumbersome. Like, to put it on, it just takes so much of the it's just so chunky. I guess I could shrink it down. But look, it bounced here, almost wick to the 618. Wick to the 618. Didn't get to the golden pocket, but that's good enough for me. It's interesting, and this is what we see this in a lot of the charts. We see this in a lot of the charts. GRT on the 4 hour time frame. Wow, look at this. The bigger time frames look good. I see 6 hour looks amazing. Look, it even has the hidden, the inverted here. Matrix AI had a nice pump. Then I put it in another flag earlier today. Seemed to want to pump out the flag. Look at this. That's an Adam and Eve double bottom. Look at it. I mean, am I wrong here? And I didn't even see this before. None of this is prepared before the show. Like, I just go live knowing that I'm ready to rock. My mind's going to find the sign. Over time, we're going to do it. Well, look, that's a bit of an Adam and Eve, kind of a cup and handy there too. And it's breaking out of this mini little handle. This is low cap AI, baby. This thing is something I'm going to nestle. I'm going to build just $500 in 4 or 5 times. I'm going to build a $2,000, $2,500 bag of this thing, and I'm going to let it sit for and it could dump, and we could, and it could dump, and it could turn into nothing. It could wait, and then I'll wait for the whole another bull run. But this thing's interesting to me. Matrix AI, and so we have this trade open. It's already up, as you can see, a nice 20% gainer. This is one of the gains we woke up into money this morning from last night, and just talking about what we're looking at on Friday. So Matrix AI also popping. I heard someone asking about little AGIX. What is it going to do? Well, if you can see, what's nice about it is they all could be making a bowl here. Rounded bottoms pay the bills, right? And I'm not talking about Buffalo. So look, I mean, unless we're talking about Buffalo wings, which are making me hungry now. But I actually prefer honey BBQ. If you ever had to get me wings, I'm not a big buffalo dude. I'll eat them, and I don't mind. But for years, I would not eat them, and I did mind. But I started eating buffalo wings. I don't know when it was. I started being open to just anything as I got older in time. I just wasn't picky about anything anymore. So look, a bit of a double bottom here. I mean, a rounded bottom for FET. That would be awesome if it did this, and we could accumulate through another zone. And it just kind of slowly makes this nice accumulation zone on this point of control. But if it loses a point of control, which it did already double bottom twice here, had a really strong bounce out, 38 cents. Sad this thing was already, we put it in, we were getting in down here when it first came out at 7 cents. Let's see, what was the actual low here? 16 cents? No, I had to have been lower than that. Hold on. Yeah, we're talking down here. It's 4 cents. This thing has done a 10x since. Even this place was, I remember tracking this. I remember this like it was the back of my mind. So if you were in my trading group, this was insane. It started like this, and I was like, okay, this looks pretty good to me. And I put this trade out. And the trade hit for gains. And we were like, okay, cool. Then it came back down, and I was like, okay, maybe it's in this now. And that hit for a little bit of a gain, right? And then I put it out, and I was like, okay, maybe it's in this now. And then it tanked and stopped everybody out. And people were like sour, right? And it was like, oh, that didn't, And then I kept drawing it. And then eventually I saw it all messy, and I was like, is it doing this? Right? And then we put it in this, and we found it. And we nailed this trade to the upside. See this consolidation? But I had to stick with it. I had to keep tracking it. Okay, and then look, the way out is always interesting to me, but it's always very similar. It has the cup and the handle on the way out to the upside, and then another thing I want to teach you, if you see bullish consolidation, write this down. This is an easy money trick. Not easy, nothing's easy, but this is a quick money trick. Or just a good money trick. Good money trick. You see bullish consolidation, you break out. It's either a falling wedge or it's a pennant. And within breaking out, you make a nice little flag like this. Very bullish sign, you're going to get a big move or some type of move to the upside. See how the cup and handle blasted us up, straight up? Cup and handles are beautiful. See how we got above the point of control, the red line here, and started to move? See how once we got above it, we just went to the value area highs and just destroyed the game? And then next thing you know, the narrative came out and it was AI and this thing was gone. But I started putting it out down here. If you're in my trading group, I have a video about it already out there on TikTok. Check it out. We're doing damage. AGIX doing damage. And we're here for you every single day of the week, 9/27 on a Saturday night. We love you. It's crypto, baby. It's crypto. Samson, Cup and Handsome. I love this guy. Scale looks like just like that right now. Supers, ILV, Scale, OPCT, and HBAR, MATIC, and JASMY. Wow, I got my work cut out for me. I was about to skip on out of here. I'm like exhausted. Saturday nights are tough for me. I was just with the baby, playing with the baby. Took my aunt for a walk. You got to be a family guy sometime. Not just Peter on Crypto Life Show. You got to be a family guy all the time, Shammy. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up your ear. Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming on to the show. When I'm watching Crypto Lifer, all the way in Quahog with everybody in Rhode Island, I get super excited. Thank you so much for jumping on into the Crypto Lifer show. Every time I'm on there, Peter, it's Marky Wahlberg. I told you, Peter, you can't be doing this every time. I played a cop, I played a fireman, I do everything everybody needs. I'm the Boston guy, Peter. You don't come on the Crypto Lifer show and start talking about whatever you want, all right? I got my wife over there. I just came from the gym. I got to eat a shake, drink a shake, whatever it is. You know what I got to do? I got to get big and strong for my next video. It doesn't matter. I played a cop. I played a fireman. Babe, I'm going to do it, babe. It doesn't matter, babe. I'll take care of it. Babe. It doesn't matter. I can take care. I can do it, babe. It doesn't matter. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for jumping on in. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Jordan Crypto says hi. Shout out to everybody here on the live. To the floor. I mean, I've seen crazy things that you wouldn't even... I've seen stuff like this play out. And this was the angle. You never know. Blow your minds. So can we get this cup here? A nice bull buying section for AGIX. Levels to watch for AGIX. What to see, what to do. Could we make this giant consolidation? And then did we blast to the upside? And is this thing ready to go all the way back to 113 and do a 3x from where we're at and boom to the upside? I mean, there's a chance we could get a big move here for AGIX, baby. I mean, that's your pattern. If you break out, that would be a nice move. It's tight in the channel. Stop loss below like this beautiful, 37 area. I mean, that ain't bad. 4-hour time frame has legs. We know the 22s beat to the ground daily. It's just that 3 days, these bigger time frames that kind of have me, paying attention. And we got this, pretty big resistance at 46 cents. And it's a shoulder ahead and a possible right shoulder that could take you down to this area. So, and you got a gap of the VRVP too. So if you start losing these zones, you could definitely drop to the downside too as well. So it's in the middle. It's when you make a trade and you put a stop loss, and everyone thinks when you make a trade, what's going to happen. That you only make a trade. No, you have no idea what's going to happen. You take the probabilities, and that's it. There's nothing else you can do. Your indicators tell you what could happen, and you do it. And you go from there. Either you get hit off or you don't. That's trading, baby. That's trading. And that's every day. Let's take a look at Illuvium. Illuvium's still in this kind of falling wedge here. I'm watching it closely. It's got tight moving averages. It's bounced up. Same thing here, though. I mean, it's got to hold the zone. If it doesn't, it can start to drop pretty fast. It had a huge bump up. Kind of a giant cup and handle here on the 4-hour, right? It's got cup and handle vibes, though, and this is how you begin to build on out. See, what I'm seeing, though, is I'm seeing the beginnings of pushes when coins push on out. Like, this is a cup and handle. It's at a resistance. It has to hold that resistance. I mean, if it doesn't, it's going to fall lower, and then this trade ain't. But, I don't mind, a trade here. I enter a trade here, stop loss here, in between this and the 200 SMA. 4 hours a little overbought for me. I like it to be lower when I get into a trade. 1 hour's a little overbought for me. I'll put a stop loss, an alert here when this alert hits. This is a hot coin, though, and I bet it's oversold on the 22. Yeah, so it's in a good spot on the 22, pushing to the upside. Just got to get through the minutia of these smaller time frames. It did bounce nicely. It has this strong hidden bullish. See, the whole market has strong hidden bullish divergence, and it just tells me that we got to get a move to the upside. This is just what's getting my goat recently. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a massive move up. So I would not be surprised, but there's no guarantees. I'll look for 6100 to make some type of nice consolidation here, though, I'll tell you that. And then this thing is going to continue to blast. It's an AI coin that's ready to just go. 4 cents. And these things have smaller market caps, too. Average volume. Oh, that's not bad. Earnings, dividends, performance, technicals, notes. Yeah. This thing is hot, man. I would watch this consolidation nicely. I'm going to put an alert on this. I put alerts on all the coins that I want to remember. When they pass my lines, I get an alert. I'll put another one after that alert. I keep tracking them. I stay focused. Follow me at Twitter. On our way to 11,000. We can do it. We can do it. This is trending so much lately. It's just crazy. This thing is already up a nice 6.3% gainer. It did break out, too. This thing, 50-minute got high already, but that's a nice 50-minute scalp and leany. 6100 in the tight channel. I would watch that closely. Anything AI is on my radar recently. 6100, Matrix AI, AI itself, Matter. I like Matter. Parsec. Look at Parsec. And these are trades that already been put out to my trading group, things that I've been looking at. They got a slew of trades this morning. I woke up at 7 a.m. I was grinding at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, looking for the hotness, looking for that hot sauce, baby. Let's take a look at JASMY on KuCoin. Shout out to the $38 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you. So we talked about JASMY, and JASMY's up a little bit, 10%. 22 wants to go. 4 hours, see, the 4 hour says that we might have to go sideways a little bit here. But this did break out of this channel. We had hidden bullish. JASMY, baby, JASMY. And JASMY excites me with its partnerships and its connections and what's going on. It's the 666 right now. That's interesting. You saw that? Then it switched right when I said it. But it was there. FETBTC has been on my radar, doing the same thing FET's doing. Possible shoulder, head into shoulder. Possible tight triangle right here. We could see a massive move to the upside. It could happen. FETBTC, interesting. The hidden bullish did play out, but we can't get above the resistance now that we had here. It's kind of the same thing everyone getting. So either the 4 hour does a blast peasy. 1 hour says we are about to pump. 1 hour has momentum to the upside. So you got to have a lot of guts tonight. To trade, you got to have a lot of guts. It's one of those kind of walk the plank type of nights. And you got to be ready to be stopped out or ready to take those gains. It is what it is. You know what I mean? FETBTC. We'll get a nice breakout. What's the move here? 18%. Let's take a look at SKL, baby, which pumps hard. I heard people kind of just loving it today. So scale pumped so hard. I put in this little triangle here. Look, it just kept pumping. I don't know when I drew that, but I drew it a while back, apparently, somewhere in January 23rd. So look, that takes almost a month, February 11th. People don't want to hold coins for 40 days, 30 days, 20 days, but that's where the money's made. Look at that. 100% gains. It took 20 days, right? January 23rd, 7 to here. Yeah, 18 days to make that paper, baby. All right. Let's look at scale in a bigger time frame. Let's try to walk back what happened here. Let's break it down. So scale. Hot coin. Came onto here in September of 21 and just continued to dump with the market. It was hotter on it got onto KuCoin late, so it pumped on Binance and other exchanges. Now it's a layer 2 for Ethereum, I believe, that can help scale. That's why it's called scale. All right. So look, I mean, Adam and Eve, kind of, there's your Adam and the Eve is a longer, it's kind of a slanted Adam and Eve, which I'm starting to realize everything is everything. Like, could this be, I've never thought about it like this, but like, you know, I'm just bear with me here. Like, it's a slanted Adam and Eve. And it broke out like a one did, which is interesting. I never thought about it like this. I've never, ever looked at this in that way. But if there's slanted cup and handles, there's slanted double bottoms. Does anyone else agree that this could possibly be an Adam and Eve double bottom? I don't like how the bottom's way lower. Like, it's off to me. It's not textbook, right? I don't like holding them 20 minutes, let alone days. Hi, MAYC, baby. Still pushing up a little bit more there, 8%er. When the Mad Honey hits, everything is everything, my man. Let's call it reverse OM, osmosis. I think it's how Sean finds his bangers. I took profit on XYL. I'm betting it pops now. Sorry, in and out of the chat. Shout out to Gina. Where you been, Gina? It's a lot funnier when you're here the whole time, especially on Saturday night. I thought about how many times we laugh, and I'm like, it's usually Gina involved. VR Ray's still in play. That rhymes every day. No way. Hey, let's go. Okay. What you going to do whenever? All right, so here. So, I mean, just that's something idea. Was Bitcoin covered already? No, we didn't cover Bitcoin for like a year. We didn't cover Bitcoin for like an hour and a half straight, to the point where like we were on Bitcoin to the point of no return. Scale on the 4-hour time frame. Let's break it down for you beautiful people. So it's in a flag. It's flagging out. I mean, it's been the talk of the town. Recently, the hot coin has continued to be hot, but we'll see. 1 hour is pretty overbought, but it does want to make a bit of a move here on the 333 time frame. I just blew your mind, didn't I? I bet I did. You're like, what? Is he really on the 333? Like, is this man out of his mind? But look, had you traded the 333 this morning? Boom. Look at that. And look at those 3 candles on the 3-3-3-minute time frame. Chart VOXEL in the group. I'd like to see yours. Shout out to BOOKMAP. I believe that was a wolf wave pattern. Hey, don't talk about my wolves like that. So look, let's take a look. Scale looks nice on the 15-minute. Look, this is crazy. This is crazy. Who else is, I mean, this is going to blow my mind, but look, isn't that an Adam and Eve double bottom? Speaking of Adam and Eve double bottoms, I mean, that's insanity. It's absolute insanity. Sorry, I'm out looking for UFOs. I mean, we need you out there. We can't have everybody watching the stream. Some people are going to have to look for the UFOs. Don't worry. You can always come back and timestamp. We have timestamps for you. We got you, baby. We got you. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, I mean, there could be bacon on the beach here for this puppy. I see a little bit what you guys are saying, but it also is, I personally would be taking profits and leaving it alone after a nice pump that it had. But again, if people feel the need, they feel the need. This is something that could possibly play out to the upside here. Scale. Watching scale on the 15-minute. 1 hour's a little overbought for me. 4 hours a little overbought for me. 8 hours a little overbought for me. So I would be wary about this pumping it anymore. I'd be taking profits. But that's me. You know, you do you, I do me. We don't have to do the same thing. All right. Let's take a look at the super chats here coming into the game. My man wanted VOXEL. We got OPCT, HBAR, MATIC, and VOXEL. Let's take a look at OPCT. OPCT was hot. It went up nicely. Let's take a look at what happened to opacity. Took a beat down though. So I was in this trade, went up really nice, took my first take profit, started to pump, came right back down. Did not kick us out of the trade though. Still somewhat valid. Now the 22 hour is what made me just salivate for this thing. It looked super awesome. Had this bullish cross. It's oversold again. Bottom of the channel. It's just consolidating nicely, right? And then the daily, all these coins have been pumping up to their 200 SMA. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing made that move. So again, long-term hold idea here, opacity could make some bacon on the beach, but it's going to take all of my might to hold through this trade to get that 100%. It might take 10 days, 20 days. We don't know. So tight moving averages above the 200 SMA. It does have momentum. 1 hour's coming back down. But again, if Bitcoin tanks too, the whole market will tank. I just want everyone to understand these ideas. And you could also say that it left this ascending triangle, fell out, broke down, and it's kind of sitting in la-la land now. So I'm open to both ideas. Let's see if we can get back above there. Let's see if we can hold inside the zone. And it matters what Bitcoin does. It's hanging on this point of control too, and there's a gap here where it could easily fall back down to the point of control. Always use a stop loss. Always know that the trade may not go well. All right? And that's why when most of my trades, I have a take profit that I take at the beginning, and then I let it ride. That way, no matter what happens, I'm either break even or I'm going to take some money off the table. Super chats closed. All super chats still welcome. No guarantees to be gone over. Shout out to Dustin. Thank you for saying that. At 9:43. Okay. It's getting real. Let's take a look at HBAR, MATIC, and VOXEL. HBAR, we took gains on. Shout out to anyone that jumped into HBAR. Banging on them to the upside. I put this in the trading group. Is in an ascending triangle. Had that shoulder, head, and shoulder vibe going on. Got above the point of control. Tight moving averages. Blasted to the upside. Lack of bearish momentum. And this thing was on fire. Dustin, man, I love you, man. I was just thinking about the first day we met, man. And, you know, I think about you all the time because the box of the things that you sent me, I keep. And, you know, even though it was just like the box that came in the mail, but I kept it because of certain things I put in it. And, yeah, man, I still have the box of the things you sent me. I still have some of the things you sent me. God bless you, brother. I think about you every day because I have the things you sent me. God bless you, man. I'm so excited that you're still in my life, and I can't wait to see kind of what's going to happen in the future because I know somehow we're going to reconnect again and get down. So look at this beautiful flag on HBAR. 1 hour suggested could pump to the upside and continue to go. There's a lot of, you know, movement for this thing. It might get a little more pump. I'd be wary. 4 hours a little high for me. Needs to come on down maybe tomorrow morning. So I'll put an alert here on the middle of the Stokes and here. and I'll wait on it. But nice move for anyone, 29%. We woke up to gains from like the last couple days of this coin consolidating. Didn't hit the stop loss. Stop loss at break even now. That's an easy trade in the money. And again, HBAR to the upside. Shout out to anyone now. I'd watch that flag. 4 hours a little high for me. If it stays in the flag, it can continue to the upside. I'd let it flag out. It's a little far away from the 21-day moving average. Highly likely to pump at that point. So I would see it revisit. So I wouldn't be surprised. We don't know. It could make an uptrending flag. We don't know exactly what it's going to do. But some type of flag here. And then we want to see this white line, this 21-day action, 21-day react with price again. And that's going to be kind of where we go. All right. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about you, homie. Always sending you in the family light, man. God bless you, Dustin. God bless you, brother. I've been through so much, man, since I met you. It's been a warrior's battle, but it's a battle that I would not ever want to go back from, and I'm so excited to continue to see what goes on with this journey. Thank you for being a warrior with me in this journey. God bless you and your family and everything that you're doing. I hope everything is going well with you and yours. I'm excited to have good people in my life, and I'm excited to see you when you're on the live. Thank you. MATIC. I talked about MATIC on my own recently, a little high here. I think I went over it on the live stream already in a way. Yeah, I think I did. I think this is me earlier, but I'm watching these two flags. It's either going to make a break down or make a break sideways. Either one. 4 hours suggests we could get a quicker move. So let me see. All right. I'm always open-minded. So look, because these are pretty big compared to like what we could see. And we went so hard, we brought the music down. But Saturday night's going well. Shout out to everybody here. Over 500 people. I mean, no reason for me to shy away from the stream on a beautiful Saturday night. God bless you all for being here. We're prepping for this. I mean, Bitcoin's going to have it about a year now. It looks like the halving's been moved from May to March, everybody. Just due to block halving and what's going on here. So I'm watching this for MATIC. It's making a nice consolidated pattern. 4 hour is low. And honestly, just the scalp pattern trading is fun too. This is a bit of a little, that's a flag. And you can see this move to the top of the pattern. Something like this. And that's probably at least a 10, 12% gainer. And the 3L will make gains. So possibly this 4 hour is going to make about 13%. The 3L could make about 33, something like that. Kind of an ascending cup and handle. Some people call this a scallop trade in a way. So I'd watch this closely. Could be a little gainer tonight. The 1 hour is a little high for me, but it could be coming on down by 4 or 5 in the morning and make that bit of a pump. So we'll see. It also depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin takes a tumble, this probably will too, but it's been gaining on BTC as well. It's been gaining on BTC. Let's take a look at VOXEL. And I know my VOXEL. And then I have two coins I want to look at here on MEXC. I want to look at KASPA, KAS, and I want to look at one other one on my radar that's been on my radar, XX, I believe. So VOXEL, beautiful pump for VOXEL. Started off the low here at 19 cents, went all the way to a high of 45. Banger. Bang, banger, right? Let's take a look here. This is when you pull a fib from the low to the highs here. All right. Could pull a fib there too, I guess, from that impulse. And from that impulse. So we could come down to the 618 and revisit this low. We're hanging on a kind of a point of control area here. Not a point of control, but a high volume node. All right. Let's take a look. And interesting, I've seen this before where this is actually the falling wedge and we can still break up. We broke out of it, broke back into it, but it's a stretch. That's something that I've been just newly backtesting the last 6 to 18 months on and off. So it doesn't have like 10 years of like true study. But it's a new concept that I'm bringing into the fold for my mind. I don't really tell anyone about it. I just flash it here and there. But so look, could this get all the way up here through this area in chunk? I mean, it could. So, I mean, this is a falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time. The 4 hours got momentum. And you're looking at some serious hidden bullish, right? And again, like what could be cool is, are these all consolidating in this type of fashion for like bigger moves to the upside? These would be awesome consolidated moves. And these would be some fat patterns to play out on, like, So we'll watch. I mean, only time will tell. 4 hours suggest a big move coming. 22-hour, at least, even if this dumps, it makes a double top and it's bearish. At least a pattern trade here on the 22 suggests you could get a move up here for about 33.76% gain, right? But again, you got to put a stop loss below 618 somewhere, protection. I would put a stop loss somewhere below the 618. That's what I'd be watching, all right? That's what a smart trader would do in general on any asset in the world, right? That's just, we're not talking about this specific situation. It's just any situation. If you drew the fib here and you were that close, use the fib for protection of the stop loss. So interesting to me, VOXEL could make a move here. It's on the radar. I would watch VOXEL on the 22. All right. So it's got some hidden bullish, right? It's on a high volume node. It's got to hold that node. And again, but the hidden bullish is really what gets me. One hour time frame. Getting a little overbought. 1 hour in the 15-minute. I wait out the smaller time frames to reset. But people got to do whatever makes them happy. I wait out the smaller time frames to reset. All right. Was my VOXEL something of your VOXEL? During 33%, after 37, do you 30%. So we're still going after the Super Bowl tomorrow night. This is for when I'm going to stream tomorrow night. Should I stream during the Super Bowl or after 10 p.m.? We're going to stream after 10 p.m. I'll still give an update. Shibcat. Oh, gosh, don't do that. Sorry I'm late. How is AGIX doing? Everyone is all about their AGIX. That's all that anybody cares about, right? Pumping up a little bit there. 50 minutes. It's getting the whole market's a little overbought. Looks like we need to cool off throughout the night, but anything is possible. It looks like we'll wake up tomorrow with basically prices pretty sideways, but you never know. You know what I mean? Okay. Bitcoin NFT ordinals boost Taproot adoption. This is crazy. The rise of Bitcoin NFT ordinals is one of the fascinating developments of the leading blockchain in 2023. It's correlated with an increase of adoption of the Taproot process. Taproot adoption on the Bitcoin network. Data from Dune Analytics show that Taproot adoption has gone from being used in less than 2% of all Bitcoin to reaching a peak of 9.7 on February 10th. This represents an increase of 1,000%, and it's largely due to the rise of Bitcoin NFT ordinals. These unique NFTs use the witness function. Wow, this is just in my trading group. This is crazy. These NFTs use the witness function in transactions to include additional data expressed in the hexadecimal system. With this, block sizes can be increased about the standard 1 megabit limit to 4 megabits, allowing minters to add images, audio, or even gamers to the NFTs. So let's make this a TikTok. Let me move myself into spot. Let's bring down the music. And TikTok, they're always like doing the thing above themselves. And like they're like, look at this, guys. Everyone here on TikTok, check this out. Bitcoin NFT ordinal boost Taproot adoption by 1,000%. Before this, only 2% of all actual transactions were done on Taproot. Now 9.75. That's an increase of 1,000%. What's making it happen? It's Bitcoin NFT ordinals. Okay? So the rise of NFT ordinals is one of the fascinating developments on the leading blockchain of 2023, and it's correlated with an increased adoption of Taproot. Taproot was like a privacy setting based on Bitcoin, so it could be more accessible and people would be more interested in using it. This is big news. Check this out. Bitcoin is blowing up in 2023. Yeah, put that out to TikTok. Get them excited. Let's get it going. Ooh, I lost my sauceums. I lost the sauce. I got it back, though. All you have to do is squiggle, and you get it back. High squiggle. No one taught us how to squiggle, right? So, awesome sauceum. Things are going well. Appreciate you all. And we're still at 21,790. Not much has changed for my Bitcoin buy. I didn't cause a frenzy, okay? I am not that whale. I just nibbled a little bit. It does say we could go to 22K here tonight. There's a little more liquidity up here than down here. We might kind of scoop down to 21.7 and then scoop down up to 22K. That's kind of what the liquidity order book may suggest. No guarantees, but what it may suggest. Okay? And keep the party going on Saturday night. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. And I think we got through all of the super chats. Hey, Sam, when you see something that looks ripe on the 22-hour, do you just wait for all the time frames to reset or just one? It depends on how I feel. Sometimes I go in and just put a big stop loss. Other times I wait for all the time frames to make it on the beach. I've missed it waiting. I've nailed it waiting. It all depends. Most of the time I hit it nicely when I wait for the 4-hour to reset and then jump in on a 1-hour or a 15-minute smooth move. So, yeah. But again, Spirit World Field Guide is one of my favorite albums ever. Shout out to you, brother. Happy. I like Happy. Happy's cool. So, everyone, that's going to kind of bring the show to an end tonight. All right, we're kind of at a standstill. Everything's kind of sitting and waiting on that Bitcoin sideways behavior. We're going to go into low liquidity. All right, and things are going to get tight. So, Serum, we waited so long for this hidden bullish. It held so well, and then it fell out of the pattern and made the bear flag. A lot of things are in that same bear flag Bitcoin's in right now, just in waiting. So just be careful. Remember this. Remember me, but remember this. Other coins are a little better, but just remember this isn't looking amazing. Let's look at the total market cap before we jump on out of here for the night. Last kind of macro thing we could look at. And again, same idea here. We're just sitting here. And you could say, okay, we broke out. We're retesting now. That's also nice. I'll take that. We broke out and we're retesting this little trend line. Can the 15-minute get our pop on? This little move on the 15 could really change the game. Could we get this move up? This would push all our coins up tonight, and this would be the move. Total market cap does say it can get a night. Look at that's aggressive. Hidden bullish even kind of here. Lack of bearish momentum on the MACD if we kind of boom it out here and look at it. So it looks like we get a nice little pump here. So is Asia coming in for 1.7? We're going to get pushed up to 983. We lost $1 trillion market cap yet again. All right. We lost it on the head and shoulder drop down. All right. We're back at 971 at the area that I talked about. Let's break it down. The green zone. We lose the green zone, major things can happen. All right. Let's see if the 4-hour loss, did we lose the 200 SMA here on the on this? Sometimes Bitcoin front runs this idea. It depends. This will clear away in a split second. So when I zoom in here, just take away my drawings, we're still above the 4. We're still above. Look, we broke below it, but we got back above it. It was a fake out breakdown. If we can stay above this on total, I'll sleep a lot better for the next few nights. I'd like the 4-hour to stay above the 200 SMA. This golden cross is coming. I see hidden bullish divergence. There's a chance that this can really, really do damage. So I'm excited here. There's a possibility that a big move could come. Bitcoin could rip to 30K. You would be surprised. And the thing is, these things will happen fast because people that didn't get in are going to be pissed. They kept waiting for 12K, waiting for 16K. The fear was rising on them. They didn't know what to do. They were in standstill. See, I did something today. I bought Bitcoin. So I'm either going to lose money or make money. I've set my fate. But you know what? I won't wait. I won't wait in standstill moments. I'll know what's going to happen. I'll feel it. So that is something you always learn when you make a move. I will learn from that move today for the rest of my life. Should I have bought that Bitcoin in front of everybody on my live stream? You know what I mean? And I'll learn from that lesson for the rest of my life because I did something. Always make a move. Life is about making a move. You got to make a move. All right? You can't sit and wait in your whole life. Eventually, you got to make a move. I see the 1-hour in this bigger ascending triangle now. This is what I see. We're probably coming back down to the 1. Maybe we can get a pump of the 15. Hey, live, before you go, XCN is breaking out right now on a massive 10x cup and handle on the daily. I put this out today. Look at that. I put this out this morning. I nailed it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it again. Shout out to anyone that may or may not got into XCN. Look, so you just see, that's how you know I'm not. I mean, people try to say I have this big head and all that. Yeah, I would have had this out. Look at me. Look at my big. I didn't even remember that I did this. Thank you. You just spotlighted this. XCN. Did I not post it this morning, though? That's kind of sad. Or did I show this on the morning live stream? I don't know. This thing's pumped in the last few days, though. XCN. Onyx coin. It's crazy. I have a whole setup for it and everything, and I can't see it. Did I accidentally put XCH on it? Accidentally? No, XCH was this morning. Or yesterday. I don't know. I don't know when, I guess maybe, I don't know. I didn't see it. I know. I sit and brainstorm a lot. I'm like, I guess I didn't post it. It's so weird though. I must have been looking at it this morning and I was like, That thing mooned though. Look, and it eventually made this beautiful bull pennant that I love to play. The low stochastics in the 1 hour time frame. You could tell I was all over it. I mean, I don't know. I had to have drawn this somewhere back here on the 10th. That's a shame. There's only 25 CME gap, $25 CME gap now. This chat is where I get refreshed from a day of crappy news. Waiting for the Fed to speak. Yeah, and everyone's waiting for the news and all that other nonsense. Well, we got some news for you today. We'll break it to you. We'll break it down for you now. So I'll break down the news and then we'll jump out of here for the day. Saturday night news for you, and then we'll jump on out of here for the day. All right. We got some good news though. We got some good news. Yeah, so a few things just to bring to your attentiones. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for coming back for the news. All right. And, we got some birds coming out. PayPal suspends crypto stablecoin development. So PayPal was going to do a stablecoin. But after all the nonsense, they suspended that idea immediately. Would have been a good idea for them. Cross payments, they would have been in the money real quick and easily. But the spokesperson for PayPal emailed a statement following the report stating, "We are exploring a stablecoin. If and when we seek to move forward, we will, of course, work closely with relevant regulators." So Pentagon shoots second unidentified object over Alaska. The Pentagon has downed a unidentified object over Alaska on Thursday night. New York Times has reported the president ordered the action following its identified action Thursday night. This is old news. Anyway. Ethereum sets February date for Sepolia testnet to get Shanghai hard fork. The second round of testing of staked Ethereum withdrawals following simulations on the Shanghai testnet. The George Lee testnet will be next, ahead of next month's planned Shanghai hard fork on the main Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum developers agreed February 28th as the target date for pushing the Sepolia testnet through the Shanghai upgrade, the blockchain's big upcoming move to allow withdrawals of staked Ethereum. Imagine that. You have to wait for an upgrade just to get your money out. I don't know, man. I'm glad I'm not waiting on that. But I mean, I love Ethereum. God bless them. May everything go well for their Shanghai hard fork for crypto, please. ARK invest Cathie Wood on staking ban. U.S. exchanges will lose. So activity moves to offshore exchanges or to self-custody, self-sovereignty, and self-control. Decentralization wins. Great. Given regulatory arbitrage, however, U.S. exchanges lose to foreign exchanges. Not so good for U.S. competitive in the crypto revolutions, in my view. Yeah, it's horrible. In general, the ban will not ruin the ecosystem for staking coins. Users will just move to an on-chain staking dashboard or will choose services in offshore jurisdictions. However, in long term, U.S. registered exchanges will lose their foreign competitors due to the regulatory scrutiny. As such, U.S. dominance in the crypto revolutions might be on borrowed time. I wish we could make it to the top. I wish everyone had seen this when I saw it. Sorry, I kept it to myself. Look at it, the target and everything. I think it was perfect. Like, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. And it's continuing to moon, too. It's out of control, actually. Then it made another nice flag here that continued out. When in doubt, flag it out. Never chase a green. So here's the thing. You see this pumping hard on the 2, and you want to just jump into this green candle. Or any one of these. Don't do that. Head to the 15. Flag out. Find a flag. Head to the 7. Find something that gives you some form of a continuation pattern. Make sure you're trading a measured move. Find that measured move. There you go, right? And instead of chasing green candles, you now actually have made yourself a beautiful position of strength. All right? I believe I looked at this morning when I woke up at 7 a.m. I have no idea why I didn't post it or why I don't see it anywhere. XCN, what happened to you, baby? Why didn't I post XCN? I'm wondering if there was a typo. That got me tight. And the team's talking about it. Oh, here I am. Look, I'm bringing it up yesterday at 9:12. XEM has rising volume and mirror as well as scale. So I was about to post this chart. I must have fallen asleep. I don't know what I did. It was very rare for me to do. But so I'm putting it out. I mean, okay, I didn't call it out, but I'm telling you, I called it out last night. XCN. I put it on your radar. I don't have to spoon feed it every time, right? I'm pretty sure you did somehow because the coin was on my list and I only add from you on that list. Shut up. Well, I said it right there, so that's kind of where you got it. Look, and I talked about scale too, which continued to pump. Right? I showed you what was hot. Mirror protocol. I liked it a lot. I believe it dumped. Let's take a look. It didn't go, actually, I pumped up 48% from initial on that wick. Came back down. It's still flat now. But it's interesting. It's got some interesting action here on the daily time frame. As you can see, it's consolidating nicely. Still on my radar. Mirror protocol. So we already hit it for 48 or on the wick. I mean, no one may have been perfect on the wick, but then it went for gains. Mirror on my radar inside of this consolidation on the daily time frame. 4-hour time frames beat 1 hour. So yeah, this 4 hour across the market makes me wary of jumping into trades. It's just not how I like to do business. I don't mind missing trades, and following what I would like to do. All right. That's a nice little scalp, 7.5%, And remember, everyone's watching the market. There's a little bit of a fear tonight. It's not one of those I showed you what it's looking like, and it's high risk. So it's kind of what I see the market tonight. Super high risk. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow morning for another awesome beginning update to get you going. Usually they're earlier at around 8 a.m. I try to get them done early. So, okay, I'm buying 99 course right now. Sick of being losing trades and essentially gambling. All I want to know is how to use indicators properly, find confluence between time frames, and learn where to enter. I will help you do that, my man. The fact that you already have what you want means you're in the right place at the right time, and you have the right person to give you the right information. I can't wait to do that for you. Everybody, Neo's all right. I don't mind it. It's an old coin. It used to be called Ant Shares. That's an oldie. That's how you know I'm an old man. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Sam Price. I started trading 15 years ago. I did gold and silver, Toronto Stock Exchange. I was doing all sorts of stuff, Heckler mining. Started trading J-Dust and J-Nug on the New York Stock Exchange. Moved into crypto. Found Bitcoin when it was $500, $350. Did my research. Got in a little later into the price action. Figured out what Ethereum was at $9. Got in at $89. I got into Cardano at 2 cents. I started researching and reading about crypto in 2016. Here I am 7 years later, bringing it to you every single day. May God bless you all. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next live stream. Where do I get the energy? I have no idea. But I love you all. Thank you for being here on the live, and I'll check you tomorrow in the morning. I do this because I love to do it. Everything else just comes from the passion, baby. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you all. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Without you, there is no show. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Crypto is life. I love you all. Peace.